we have seen that how the dimensions are obtained or how the dimensions are derived for the different quantities. Also we have seen the uses of a dimension at first used to verify the truth of given physical equation, to derive relation between different physical quantities, or test or establish or obtain relation between different physical quantities. You may get the in exam question may be asked in a different way, either test or either establish or either obtain or either derive. But meaning of all the word is the same, that means to find or to derive the relation between different physical quantities. So the first example, to find relation between kinetic energy, mass and velocity. So we know that kinetic energy depends on mass and velocity of a moving object. So kinetic energy depends on the mass and velocity. So we write in equation for kinetic energy is equal to some constant k inside bracket mass raised to x and velocity raised to y. So we write kinetic energy one side. So to LHS side kinetic energy, it depends upon mass and second velocity. So kinetic energy depends, so kinetic energy is equal to, it depends on these two quantity. So we write mass raised to x and velocity raised to y. We don't know the unknown or constant terms, that we take as a k, because constant cannot be derived from dimensional analysis. Kinetic energy, we see the dimensional formula of kinetic energy or dimension of kinetic energy, which is equal to k dimension of mass raised to x and velocity raised to y. So dimension of kinetic energy, that means dimension of energy. Kinetic energy is energy. So we write the dimension of energy, that is equal to m1 t minus 2 k constant. Dimension of mass present, so m1, other terms are 0, L0, T0 raised to x. Velocity, so velocity, distance upon time, so distance L1, mass does not required, upon time, that means in denominator take numerator, it is a t raised to minus 1 raised to y. We know the general rule, a raised to x raised to y is nothing but a x into y. The same rule we apply here to the RHS side. So LHS as a constant, L raised to 2, M raised to 1, T raised to minus 2, K, L raised to 0 into x, M raised to 1 into x, T raised to 0 into x, L raised to 1 into y, M raised to 0 into y, t raised to minus 1 into y. So do the multiplication. 0 into x is 0, 1 into x is x, 0 into x 0, L raised to y, M raised to 0 and t raised to minus y. Now multiply the similar terms with each other, L with L, M with M, t with t. So k raised to l raised to 0 plus y, m raised to x plus 0, t raised to 0 plus minus y, RLHS L square m1 t minus 2. LHS L square m1 t minus 2. Continue. L raised to y, m raised to x and t raised to minus 1. Compare the indices of similar term, that means L, their indices 2 is equal to y, m, their indices 1 is equal to x, and last t, that is minus 2 is equal to minus 1. So we get y is equal to 2, x is equal to 1. From this also y is equal to 2. Initially whatever the equation we have taken, name as equation 1, put in 1. So we get kinetic energy is equal to k mass raised to 1 and velocity raised to 2. So we know the general equation, kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. The same equation we have obtained by using dimensional analysis. मागच्या वेळेला आपण डायमेन्शनल अनालिसिसचे युजेस चालू केले होते. आज त्यातलाच पुढचा भाग, टू डिराइव्ह रिलेशन बिटवीन डिफरंट फिजिकल क्वांटिटी. वेगवेगळ्या भौतिक राशीमध्ये रिलेशन शोधणे हा त्यातला पुढचा भाग, किंवा नातं शोधणे, इक्वेशन शोधणे हे त्याचा पुढचा. तुम्हाला प्रश्न येईल, एक उदाहरण घेऊ आपण. कायनेटिक एनर्जी ही मास आणि वेलॉसिटी या दोन गोष्टीवर अवलंबून आहे असं सांगितलं. मग कायनेटिक एनर्जी अवलंबून आहे कुठल्या दोनवर? मास आणि वेलॉसिटी. ज्यावर अवलंबून आहेत त्या दोन क्वांटिटी RHS साईडला लिहायच्या, जी क्वांटिटी अवलंबून आहे तिला मग ती LHS साईडला लिहायची. म्हणून कायनेटिक एनर्जीकडे लिहिली, मास आणि वेलॉसिटी केली. त्या प्रत्येक टर्मला घातांक द्यायचा, मासला x दिला, वायला वेलॉसिटीला y दिला. आणि याचा पुढे जो काही कॉन्स्टंट असेल तो आपल्याला डायमेन्शन मिळवता येत नाही, काय आहे माहीत नाही, म्हणून के लिहिला. आणि मग मासचे डायमेन्शन टाकायचे, वेलॉसिटीचे डायमेन्शन टाकायचे, मॅथमॅटिकल स्टेप्स करायच्या. आणि शेवटची स्टेप आल्यानंतर LHSला ज्या काही LMT आहे त्याचे इंडायसेस म्हणजे घातांक, RHSला ज्या काही LMT टर्म असतील त्या प्रत्येकाचे घातांक इक्वेट करायचे, कम्पेअर करायचे, त्याच्यावरून x आणि yच्या किमती काढायच्या. आणि त्या किमती काढल्या की सुरुवातीला तुम्ही जे काही इक्वेशन लिहिलं होतं तिथं x आणि yच्या किमती टाकायच्या. या पद्धतीनं तुम्हाला हे सोडवायचं. समजलं नाही तर परत एकदा पहा. स्टेप्स पहिल्यांदा मी डिटेल दाखवल्या होत्या, त्या स्टेप्स वापरून काही गणितं तुम्ही सोडवायचे. ते स्क्रीन पॉज करा आणि गणितं लिहून. Today we see the third application to determine conversion factor between the units of same physical quantity in different systems. What is a different system? That means MKS system and CGS system. So what are the units of a same physical quantities in SI system and CGS system? You know them. Just we find the relation between that units. So the first example, we know the unit of length in SI system is a meter. Unit of length in CGS system is a centimeter. Also we have studied 1 meter is equal to 10 raised to 2 centimeter. It gives the relation between the units of a length in a different system like SI system and CGS system. So converting a meter into centimeter, we use 10 raised to 2, and this 10 raised to 2 is known as a conversion factor for length units in SI and CGS system. To find a relation between units of force in SI and CGS system of units. So unit of force in SI system is Newton. Unit of force in CGS system is Dyne. We require the dimension of a force. We are saying the quantity as a physical quantity as a force. So dimension of force are L1, M1, T raised to minus 2. We don't know the relation between these units in SI and CGS system for force. So for that we write the conversion factor as X. So 1 Newton is equal to X dyne, which is known as equation 1. Now we find the value of X by using dimensional analysis. In terms of dimension of N, that means force, is equal to X. Dimension of dyne, that means dimension of force, again because these are the units of force. So write the dimension L1, M1, T raised to minus 2. Newton is unit of force in SI system. So write SI. X as conversion factor, keep as it is. Again dimension of force L1, M1, T raised to minus 2. Dyne is a unit of force in CGS system, so suffix CGS. Now in terms of units, in SI system, length is a measure in meter, mass is a measure in a kg, and time is a measure in a second raised to minus 2. X as it is. Again in CGS system, length is measured in centimeter, mass is measured in a gram, and time is measured in a second. So second square. Keep X one side and shift these other terms to the LHS. So M raised to 1 as it is, kg raised to 1 as it is, second raised to minus 2 as it is. Now in denominator, Cm raised to 1, Gm raised to 1, S raised to minus 2 is equal to X. This S raised to minus 2, S raised to minus 2, same terms get cancelled. So meter raised to 1, kg raised to 1, Cm raised to 1, and Gm raised to 1x. We know 1 meter is equal to 10 raised to 2 centimeter. Also 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram, which can be written as 10 raised to 3 gram. Substitute this value in above equation. So 10 raised to 2 Cm raised to 1, 10 raised to 2 Gm raised to 1 divided by Cm raised to 1 Gm, that means gram raised to 1, is equal to X. So 2 into 1 is again 2. So 10 raised to 2 Cm raised to 1. 3 raised to 1 is 10 raised to 3 Gm raised to 1 divided by Cm raised to 1 Gm raised to 1 is equal to X. So Gm raised to 1 get cancelled, Cm raised to 1 get cancelled. 10 raised to 2 into 10 raised to 3. Base is the same. Now indices get added. So 10 raised to 2 plus 3 is equal to x, or 10 raised to 5 is equal to x. Substitute this value in equation 1. Therefore, equation 1. What is equation 1? 1 Newton is equal to x dyne. So 1 Newton, now x value is 10 raised to 5. So 10 raised to 5 dyne. So this 10 raised to 5 is a conversion factor between the unit of a force in a different system of units, that means in SI system and in a CGS system. When you want to convert the unit of force from SI system into CGS system, you must multiply by 10 raised to 5. See the video again and again how the example is solved, and afterward pause the screen and write down the one more example and solve yourself. To find conversion factor between units of energy in SI and CGS system of units. Today we see the one more example. Obtain conversion factor between units of density in CGS and SI system. So density, unit of density in SI system is kg per meter square. Unit of density in CGS system is gram per cm cube. Here is a meter cube. So we don't know the relation between SI and CGS. We write kg per meter square cube is equal to x gram per cm cube, or x gram per cm cube is equal to 1 kg per meter cube. In terms of dimension, so dimension of density first. Density, which is mass upon volume. So mass m1, volume L cube, but in denominator take in numerator L raised to minus 3, time does not present T 0. So write this equation in terms of dimension: x L raised to minus 3 m1 T0 in CGS. Now L cube, L minus cube, m1 T0 SI. So write in terms of unit. So x inside bracket, length measure in cm raised to minus 3, mass measure in gram raised to 1, T raised to 0. Length in SI system measured in meter, so meter raised to minus 3, mass measured in kg, kg raised to 1, T second raised to 0. Here is second raised to 0. So x is equal to m raised to minus 3, kg raised to 1, second raised to 0, divided by cm raised to minus 3, gm raised to 1, and S raised to 0. So convert meter into centimeter, kg into gram. We know 1 meter is equal to 10 raised to 2 centimeter and 1 kg is equal to 10 raised to 3 gram. Substitute values. So x is equal to 10 raised to 2 cm and whole bracket raised to minus 3. 10 raised to 3 gm whole bracket raised to 1 S0. Denominator cm raised to minus 3 gm raised to 1 S raised to 0. So x is equal to 10 raised to 2 into minus 3 cm raised to minus 3, 10 raised to 3 into 1 gm raised to 1 S raised to 0 divided by cm raised to minus 3 gm raised to 1 S raised to 0. So x is equal to 10 raised to minus 6 cm raised to minus 3 cancel, gm raised to 1 S0 is 0 get cancel into 10 raised to 3. So base is the same, add indices. So minus 6 plus 3 and minus 6 plus 3 gives you 10 raised to minus 3. Substitute in this equation number 1, we get kg per meter cube is equal to x gm per cm cube, which is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 gm cm cube. So kg per meter cube is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 gm per cm cube.